Hello, my beautiful. I hope you're doing well. We have a lot to talk about today. And we're going to be talking about the Jay Slater case. We're going to do a little rewind because we were very overwhelmed with a lot of information when Jay Slater was reported missing. And then we didn't know what to think on some of it because we were like, is it a scam? Is he really missing? Is there something to this? And now he's been found unalive. And there's a lot more questions. But when we look back, I'm like, what in the world did this mean? And what did that mean? Because there were things that occurred that in hindsight, which is almost 2020, it isn't completely hindsight yet, but it should have been much more alarming than it was because we didn't know Jay had already passed. What am I talking about? Let's get into it. Welcome to 1111 True Crime. I'm Mama D. I love you all. I appreciate your time that you take to spend with me. And yeah, I'm still hung up on the Jay Slater case, so I hope that if that's not your thing, you'll know to tune out and tune into the next broadcast and see if that's something more to your liking. I want to say hello to just a few familiar faces and new faces. Welcome to our channel. We love everybody, and we just ask that everybody treat each other with respect. Hi, Jennifer Swain. How are you? Now, I just did a video on the Idaho 4, which is also a fundraiser for the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children. And if you watch that video, there's a little donate button. If you feel so inclined, we appreciate that so much. It goes directly to them, has nothing to do with us other than that is the charity that I chose. So it's a direct link to them. And our channel has raised $616 so far, which thank you to everybody. And it's amazing. I'm very happy. We do that about once a month just to give back, right? All right, let's say hello. You are watching live and or a repeat, right? A replay. If you're watching replay, feel free to hit that button and fast forward. About 30 seconds, you're in charge of your buttons. All right, my lovely. You say, Maya Media Mogul. Molly kids, well, kids ain't in their 30s. They were waiting at the Airbnb for Jay, and Ab said go to his mate's room for charger, or was Tom waiting there for Jay? A lot of people would like to know that. So we're going to be talking about the Molly boys. Remember this? Let me get it on the screen for you. I got to shrink it down a little bit. Remember this little post, right? And it talked about heading out with Molly boys. And everybody's like, why are they calling them boys, right? Why Molly boys? And so we do have some people that do know a little bit more about that. And Gail is one of them. And I did Google it, and I'm going to share that with you. But we're also going to talk about Jay's Instagram. So it's a rewind day on the Jay Slater case. It's old information with fresh eyes because there's a lot to this that we need to really look at. Like, seriously. So Gail is expressing that Molly Kid refers to a London gang. Molly boys are also known as Molly Strip. Potter, and you know who that is, and Ab are from East London and known in that area. Also, the drill music scene. Look up Molly boys and rug trafficking. Okay. All right, we're going to do it. We're going to jump over. We're going to look at that and see what it says. And I have something in my eye. I feel like. I think it's better now. Hi, Ocean Deep. Hello, lovely. Hi, Cammie. I'm just grabbing random people, but I'm saying hello to all of you. You said, love your videos here in Devon. Thank you, Donna. Hey, Dark Square. Hey, Paulo. Good to see you all. Hey, Kristen. And Violet. Good to see you all. All right, you guys, let's jump over to this. So I Googled it. I'm going to shrink it down a little bit. And we're going to click the link We're going to read about it. So, Molly boys, also known as male strip or male strip, Molly strip or Molly strip, sounds like the same thing to me, are an organized street gang based in Leighton and Walthamstow. And I'm not from there, y'all. Don't even get on me. I can barely speak English, and that's my native tongue. East London, particularly the postcodes E10 and E17. So I was like, what? What in the world? And would Jay know? Oh, I'm going to be in the way, aren't I? Hold on. Uno momento. No more face, right? Okay, let's take chat off for a minute. Okay. So, this is what we got. The Molly boys are known, okay, so we read that part. And then it goes on to say, they are known, what is that? Sorry. They are known to control the drug trade in the area with violence. In 2019, they were reported to have around 40 to 50 members and were reported to be responsible for hundreds of violent attacks and a number of killings, leading to the gang's reputation for extreme violence. The gang is named after Somalis due to many of their founding members being of Somali descent. However, it is worth noting that the gang is ethnically diverse, though it is predominantly male. In a report commissioned by the local Waltham Forest Council, the gang was described as, quote, the most business-driven, violent, and ruthless street gang in Waltham Forest. Unlike many other street gangs, the Molly boys, let me make this so you can see it a little better. There we go. Where is it? I lost my place. Okay. Unlike many other street gangs, the Molly boys are not active on social media and seek animosity. Anonymity. Okay. Privacy, I believe. Though it has been reported they use Facebook to monitor police officials, the gang has connections with other organized crimes in London and operates county lines, which I've heard in this case a lot. What is this? What is county lines? Oh, Lord. Okay. Operates county line rug networks. The gang is involved in criminal child, and we're doing the fundraiser. Hold on. How ironic, we're doing a fundraiser for National Center for Missing and Exploited Children. And I'm covering the Jay Slater case, and that said Molly boys, so I Googled Molly boys, and now we're back to the gang is involved in criminal child exploitation. I'm not going to say the word, and the grooming of, oh my God. Okay? Okay. Many smaller local gangs are in alliance and have been subsumed into the Molly boys, such as Drive and Marlow, Boundary, Coppermill, and Stony Down. In 2018, it was reported that police sources estimate the gang generates approximately £50,000 per week from its rug sales. They emerged in 2015 and splintered off from the Baymont crew. And then it goes on to tell the history. Turf wars, right? I'm just scanning it. They're usually armed with a loaded gun and a knife and ammonia. Oh, Lord. Here it says this 14-year-old Jaden Moody was stabbed to death 9 times by a group of Molly Boy members in Leighton, East London. Okay. So, I was like, what? That's even worse. I mean, at first I was like, why would a 19-year-old be calling 30-some-year-old men kids or boys? And I'm wondering, is this why? Is this, I really do feel like I have something in my eye. I'm so sorry. Ocean Deep says, I just think I got it out of my eye. Just now, finally, I felt it. Love going over old ground. We may have missed something. So, I just wanted to clear that up. Now, you know me with my notes. So I was like, you know, that was the big question when Ab is not a kid. The next thing I want to go over is, and we're going to Google it. Let me switch up here. Jay Slater Instagram. Do you guys remember this moment? Let me switch it back. Okay, so, I mean, it's all over the place. And it went active, right? Let me put that. Jay Slater Instagram active. It went active after he was missing. So Lucy responded in her own post saying that it was most likely Debbie, Jay's mom, trying to get some things off that she felt Debbie didn't want the whole world to see now that Jay was so popular. But then Rachel, which would be allegedly, and I may have the name wrong, Brad's mom, she said, how did this go? She said that Lucy had said that, but then Debbie asked her if it was her. And she was like, nope. And so then Rachel went on and said it wasn't her or Debbie, and it wasn't Lucy. But Jay Slater's Instagram account went like active after he would have been demised. And we all know it went active. So if it wasn't Debbie, which it wasn't because she was asking if it was somebody else, would it have been Lucy or could it have been Rachel? I don't know. Or who would it be? Would it be somebody that had Jay's phone? How would his account go active if he's already at the bottom of a cliff and his phone is... But it did go active. And that's got me perplexed. How does a dead man's phone go active on... And it was active. That's what started the whole thing where everybody was like, is this a scam? Because he's active on Instagram. Are you feeling me? Hey, Paulo. Good to see you. Lovely. Let me get caught up here. Yes, Ab's talk, right? My medium. Okay, Brian Harvey from East 17 Bandon Territory. He talks about child trafficking, and he whistleblows. Excellent work. Oh, thank you, lovely. Antonio's on fire. Thank you, love. Thank you. Can you believe Ab left a review on the Airbnb? Thanks. Yeah. Wow. For real. But this whole thing where his Instagram actually went active, and now in hindsight, we don't have to question if that was Jay or not. Remember, that's why we didn't know what to do with it. We were like, is he really active? It was right around the time, just after that, where allegedly the LE went into Lucy's domicile or apartment or rental or whatever her family owns there and searched it thinking Jay might be alive, allegedly. It's all around that time because they had allegedly there were locals that were seeing Jay all over the place, and so they thought he was hiding out because his Instagram went active. I mean, that's not the only reason, but that's also why. So now we know, and I remembered it, and I'm like, who's on Jay's phone accessing it after his death to make that Insta? And it wasn't his phone. Who was it? Because that's a big problem when a person that's already passed over, their social media becomes active. It should be a clue. It should be taken serious. It's somebody that has personal ability to get into that person's account. And it wasn't his own family. Debbie already confirmed, no, it wasn't her. Lucy's saying, no, not me. It was probably Debbie. And then you got Rachel over here, who's Brad's mom, that I'm just kind of getting a whiff of. And it don't smell right with all the controlling narrative crap for her to be the one to be like, it wasn't Debbie or me. Nobody said it was her. Why would we think that Rachel has the ability to even get into Jay's personal account? He's a 19-year-old kid. So I don't understand her response being a defensive response, as if it wasn't me and Debbie was asking me if it was me. Why would Debbie ask if it was her? Why would the mother of Jay... I would never in a million years, and I have 3 sons that are all above 18, older, calling up a friend okay, so my son has a missing friend, right? Or vice versa, right? And calling him up and going, did you get into my son's Instagram account and do anything with it? Why would you even be asked that? How would you even have access to it? And why would you share that with the whole world, that the mother is asking if you had access to it? I'm confused. What are you thinking? Let's get chat back on the board. Sandra said, how would Jay know that Arbor Molly boys? How would he know that saying? He just seems too young to know that saying. I'm kind of adding on to what she's commenting. Maybe someone else did write that message, in my opinion, because it has an old school meaning. You know, this is stuff happening where it's 2015. We're 9 years later. Jay would have been about 6. Well, no. What would he have been? About 10. Maybe, right? Yeah, 10 years ago. He would have been 10 years old when that started happening. Maybe, I'm not from that area, maybe that's an everyday term. Molly boys, meaning this rug cartel. But then you have to ask, why would they themselves, if they're the one typing it, why would they implicate themselves? That doesn't work either. It would almost have to be somebody that wants to implicate the Molly boys, but not be the Molly boys. And still have that knowledge of what the Molly boys are. It just bothers me. And that the Instagram, you know, it's all about the phone. Like, who typed it on that phone? Because it came from Jay's phone. We know that through Debbie. So if it came from Jay's phone, and then I'm looking at this whole thing and I'm like, the Instagram could be also accessed and activated on that phone. Now, if you took the SIM card out, you can still use the Wi-Fi and your phone won't ping. I found that out too. I took the SIM card out of my phone, and then I checked with my other phone. Now, all phones are different, but I checked with a different brand of phone to locate it, which normally it could do, and it was nowhere. But I was able to use the phone without the SIM card to access my Facebook, my Instagram, my Twitter, my YouTube. Everything functioned off Wi-Fi, but was sending out no signal that my phone was active. So I'm like, did they pull the SIM card and did they go on his Instagram to take off a couple posts or just whatever? Did anything change? Because we don't know what was on it before compared to what it's now. And I don't know, it just bothered me. Hello, Puka. Welcome back. Puka Princess says, not sure if a lot of Somalis in Jay's hometown, but definitely a huge population in London, and common knowledge, they fighting Congo guys in London prisons. Okay, so it's common knowledge. I didn't know. Barbara Fella, I like your name. You said, I think the language saying Molly kids and the whole thing about the watch used sounds more like Ab talking, and I think he wrote it in my opinion. Interesting. Kid Fashion says, it's all dodgy, allegedly, of course. Okie dokie, welcome to 1111 True Crime. You said, hi everyone. My first problem with the statement about the Molly kid is at the beginning. Whoever sent that may have originally sent it to a cousin. In the UK, cuz is short for cousin. Niggling me. Interesting. Mahari McDonald says, it's a red herring. It's just a red herring. Bass Boss says, an Ab was in prison for trafficking rugs from Wales to Cardiff. My boys is a common slang now for my mates. Interesting. Wow. Paula also says they recruit younger people to sell for them. I think they all knew what was going on, and they knew what the job entails. I'm sorry this is off topic. Miss Anonymous said in chat that the cop in Sandra Birchmore has federally been charged and arrested. Yes! 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 Oh my golly. All right, so we were going to wait till our petition. I'm sorry. Breaking news. We cover the Sandra Birchmore case. I've got goosebumps. Justice is here. Oh, Lord, when you work a case and you got a very corrupt LE person and you want them charged because you know darn well they did it and they are federally charged and arrested. Praise you, Jesus. I am so happy. So we had a thing, me and Az and Jennifer Swain. We were going to give away $25. We were giving away $125 to one random subscriber when the petition for Sandra Birchmore reached 5,000. And I watched it for months. We all did, for a month and a half. And we were getting like 8 people a day. It wasn't working. We're going to go ahead and give it away. And we have another giveaway. So I'll be picking Watch a Community tab because I'm giving away $125 because that dude got arrested. Yes! I'm so happy. She was pregnant, 23-year-old girl living alone, and this LE had groomed her from the age of possibly much earlier than 13, but we know since 13. The other giveaway is a DVC, and here it is on the camera. We are like less than 200 away from 30,000. When I hit 30,000 subs, you guys, we're going to give away this camera. And I can't wait to find out who the lucky random person is that I send this to. But you just need to be subscribed and put DVC giveaway. DVC giveaway. Everybody got it? This is probably, I got them riled up because I'm hooping and hollering. This is probably the last couple times that I'll be offering this because we're going to be giving it away. So, Jennifer, I want to say thank you incredibly much for your earlier donation to the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children. I greatly appreciate that, as well as thank you for supporting our 1111 family like you do. Your generosity allows us to be generous with others, and it helps everybody. So thank you, lovely. Thank you. Awakened One says, okay, we're back on the Jay Slater case. I'm just like, oh my golly, I'm so happy right now. She's Sandra. I've been praying and praying and praying for her to get justice, and it's happening. It's happening. Awakened One, I contacted police, got the correct number for the police. I need to speak to them, as in not in same district as them. I sent them the footage. What? What did I miss? Hold on. I'm looking to see. I don't see any other posts to pull up. I might be wrong, but I'm not sure. Get the police if you need the police. That's all I got to say. Miss Anonymous says, nice job, Mama D. You got this case closed because nobody was focusing on it. I know nobody was. And I was like praying and praying. It wasn't just me. It was all of you that were working on Sandra Birchmore's case with us. Like the videos were getting like 300 views, maybe 800 views. And we're like still going to do them, right? Because she needed coverage. And look what your work did. So that proves a small amount of people putting positive energy into one focus works. Validation of my faith. I'm just saying. Sharon Smalley says Rachel is definitely covering up something for Brad. In my opinion, it's all very fishy. Are y'all smelling that? I'm just saying. I get gut readings, and I heard the name but didn't know what it was, or, I mean, you know, who it was or nothing. And I was like, that name's important to me. I don't know why. That name's important. Then I found out she's running all kinds of Facebook groups and controlling the narrative. And I'm like, I knew I smelled something. And then to find out that she's one of them that put that post out there, that Instagram of Jay's was active, but it wasn't Debbie or her. Debbie had asked her if it was her. And I'm like, what? Why would Debbie even suspect that the mother would have went on to Jay's Instagram? It was mind-blowing. It just shocked me. Anderson D. Salva says, Ab wrote that text and sent it, in my humble opinion. It could, of course, just meant to Molly Ladd, says Carol. Ab, Rucky, and LK. You never know. I'm just so excited that we've got that justice. And we might get justice in a lot of other cases. So they straight up said on the news he unalived her and staged the scene. Oh, it's all coming out. Oh, Miss Anonymous, I'm so glad. I know it's a Jay Slater case, but this is breaking news for Sandra Birchmore. And we've been at this for a while. Like it's been a lonely haul. I hope he gets it for both the baby and her. Judith Drake says, Jay was setting up a business. I think he needed money. Ab would have been old enough for Molly Boyce running London. Bass Boss says this really seems like someone else was controlling his phone. 100% in my opinion. It does seem like that. Like, would Jay use the words Molly Boy, even though it's common? Molly kids, he said. It wasn't boys. He said Molly kids. Or could it have been Ab and his VIP putting Molly kids to make it sound like young people when they're not, like trying to throw them off track? Yeah, my dogs got excited, Teresa, because I did. That's for sure. That's for sure. So I've been waiting to tell you some more. There's a ton of you in chat, and I can't get all your messages, but I just want to throw this out there. So, Chris Tenerife, I see that you're posting in my chat. You're upset with me. I never accused you of anything. Asking how you knew before Jay was found and guaranteed that's where he was is not accusing you. It's asking, why did I not come directly to you and ask when you're available? I answered you. You didn't respond. I'll say it publicly. I am not about to do an interview with someone that I don't trust. And I don't have to trust you. I don't trust your whole thing where you show up and you're a property manager, consultant of some kind. You're ex-military, you're into UFC, whatever, and all of a sudden you're on the missing persons case for 3 days and know exactly where someone is and can guarantee it, and then you're right? That's sus to me. So, no, I have never accused you of anything, nor has the backside of my videos done anything. You're on your own. You're the one that got on a camera before somebody that is missing was found, and you behaved the way you chose to behave. You can't expect us not to feel that strange, that you have no experience in finding missing persons, but you could guarantee where the missing person was before they're found, and then you're right. I'm sorry. Not sorry. You brought it on yourself, so don't go blaming everybody else if we have questions. And that's all I've ever had. Review my videos. I never once said you were guilty. I've never ever said anything negative about you. I've always asked, how could you possibly know? And I'm entitled and protected by my rights as a United States citizen to have suspicions, to not trust someone. That's my right. So quit coming on and trying to get attention because your little 15 minutes of fame's over. Sorry, not sorry. But you keep coming on. I did my little look at your stuff today. I went through all your stuff. And I just feel that there's a huge gap in how you became this experienced person that can go through and find these missing people when your main thing has been Fight Club. Just saying. Seashore. Having met people from the North and England many of times and had interactions with Southern lads, in my opinion, Jay would have never wrote that on his Snapchat from DIA. Well, and his mother said that that little snap or whatever it's called appeared randomly out of the blue over in the UK. So I want to get back so that since Chris Tenerife likes to continue, even though I had not been making any videos about him in the last few days, or even a week, I've been about everything else with Jay. I want to go back and visit him for a minute. Since he wants the attention, I'm going to bring it on. And that is that his last name happens to be the very same last name of Johnny Vegas's real last name. And that happens to be Pennington. Take it for a grain of salt. Do what you want with it. But is it a quinky dink? I don't know. I just thought it was strange. I don't think they're related. But I could see where if your last name was something like that, where, you shared your last name with somebody like Johnny Vegas's last name. And if you go look at Johnny Vegas, which is Michael Pennington, you'll find out that Johnny Vegas is his alter ego that allows him to act the way he wants. So it's two different people. One is Michael Pennington, who has anxiety, self-doubt, insecurities, and really doesn't know how to face life fully. And so this alter ego of Johnny Vegas, right, allows him to become the rockin' kind of guy with that great sense of humor, and really get in there and be raunchy and right? Well, Chris Tenerife, that he is called, shares the same last name as Michael Pennington. We have Johnny Vegas for Michael Pennington's alias. When we're in the Jay Slater case, we're looking around for Johnny Vegas. Just asking. So don't mess with me. I ain't doing nothing to you. But like I said, if you want to keep coming in my chat and trying to throw slang stuff at me, I'll just turn it right around on you. You're accusing me of defamation of character. You accuse me of all kinds of things. That's slander. And I screenshot it. I ask questions about you. So be careful, because the courts go two ways. Get out of my chat. You're not welcome. Just saying. Yes, this entire video I have been trying to figure out What is poking me in the eye? And now it's not there. I'm sorry. My eyeball comes first. 9 years is a long sentence they have had to be heavily influenced. That's big. Barbara Tippin says Jay's phone may have been in the bag. So whoever took the bag may have had the phone. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. I'm saying that because Jay doesn't have his phone up when he's doing the thing and he hands the bag over with two hands. He has no phone. Dang, you get a gold star, Barbara Tippin. Kitty said someone called Joe McDonough been talking big time on Facebook saying Jay is still alive and in hiding. He's been given names as a, okay. I don't know what to do with that. Hey, Shanty, thank you for trying, but honey, you got to do it in the actual after the live. So it hits the main replay comments. That's where we're pulling the those that want to take part of the giveaway. Fred says, so we're supposedly to believe Jay's mom when she states Jay was only an onlooker in the Tom H. assault. I guess that's your opinion, love. I mean, you're just going to have to... Moms tend to do that. You know, a lot of moms tend to see their children in a better light than probably the kid is. Robin K. says, hey, watching from Oswald Twizzle, where Jay is from. Keep up the good work. Thank you, lovely. Thank you. Lynn Moore says, only someone from that scene in London would know Mali boys. Normal people would say Somalians. Interesting. I'm thinking that over. Shane Shanks wants to know, can't the police get back what's been deleted on Jay's phone up to 6 years? That is an excellent question. Lena Sasko says, hi, new subscriber, DVC giveaway. Thank you all. Just remember to make sure and put DVC giveaway after this is over. And it's not a live broadcast. Otherwise, I won't find you. I appreciate you, though. Carol Boys is a generic gang terminology. He said kids. He said kids. Kids, right? Let's look again. I'm sure it says kids. Hold on. I got to get a better picture. I was as close as I could get to it. And I'll share it with you. Oh, I know it's on our PowerPoint. Let me close this. I'll go get our PowerPoint. Jay Slater PowerPoint. And we'll get the better picture of it. And we'll get what it says exactly. Maybe. Hold on. Un momento, papa. I don't know if I have the old one anymore. Okay, I'm just going to blow it up really big and see if I can read it. It's massive now. Ugh, it's hard to see. No, I can't see it, y'all. Kids, not boys. Found it. Okay. Yes, cuz. Could be C-U-Z instead of because, or it could be cuz as in cousin. Ended up something thrown out of there. Now with two Molly kids. Just took an AP off some, you know. On my way to sell it for 10 quid. So he says kids. Street vocabulary. Okay, thank you, Anderson. I'd say cuz is cousin. So could it be that whoever was sending it was trying to send it to Jay's family, a cousin, and they actually hit send to all? Is that even possible? I'm just wondering. You can put it on airplane mode on the phone to turn Wi-Fi on, and it works. That too. That too. Puka says, in my opinion, that message is dodgy, as it sounds like he's replying to someone who knew where there was. Ocean Deep 24. Orchestrated by the one and only Ahab, in my opinion. You think so too, Okay, so TCBO1 says, Rachel is definitely trying to mop her son's mess up. We need the goat. I agree. This is our goat, Billy the goat. It's headless because Jackson, my puppy, my 1-year-old pup, chewed his head off. Enoch says, I'm so happy that you're stoked. Congratulations on your victory. It's for Sandra Birchmore and her unborn child. Teresa, my son would have said two mates or lads. True. True. If story of Jay's phone, this is Barbara Fella says, if story of Jay's phone being deleted is true, maybe this ties up with the SIM card being removed. Boom! Barbara Fella, you're amazing. What if you're right? What if you're right? I think this, to me, the Instagram being triggered to go active after now we know that Jay was no more. Somebody had access to his account. They either did it on a computer or they did it on a phone. With all the questions about the phone and this whole Molly kids and this AP watch and all this crap, and it makes me wonder, was it even Jay using his phone, or was the poster correct when Jay handed the bag off? And Wax Unfiltered did an amazing job of showing that. I mean, Jay is handing that bag off. He hands the black bag off. Was his phone in there unwittingly? Like he forgot his phone was in there? Could that be? Could that be? It was only one watch, Kynes, and not kid. It says two Molly kids just took an AP off. Yeah. Fiona Davis says, I was reading an earlier screenshot in the video which says boys can't have been the original then. Nope. If this... Are you trying to tell me there's another one out there that says boys? Okay, hold on. I'm gonna bring this over. We got to make sure y'all are seeing that it says kids in this screenshot. Hold on. Let me shrink it up a little bit. Okay, where are we? I gotta grab it. Why can't I grab it? All right. Ugh. Computers sometimes like to do their own thing and expand the window if you get near the edge of the screen. Okay. Let me scroll it up. And I'm going to take chat off for a minute. Right here. KIDS. Two Molly kids. Not boys. Kids. So I'm wondering why he's referring to two grown men and they're in their 30s. He's only 19. Why is he referring to them as kids? Would Jay do that? Or could that have been not Jay? Could that have been someone else who might have been older that wanted to make it like Jay was leaving with kids his age. You feel what I'm saying? You smell what I'm cooking? Lulu said, yeah, he's dead. Abe was going on TikTok with his lives all cocky. He's gone quiet now. Claire says his phone didn't go active. His account did. Exactly. His account went active on Instagram. I'm asking, could his phone have been the route used, the method used to access Instagram? But no, his phone didn't go active. You're right on that. Thank you for clarifying. Arctic Nick, good to see you. Contacts and photos without needing a SIM card. That's true. That's true. Max Timon says if he, unconscious and alive when pic was taken, how could he text the message? Well, anybody could have texted it. Miss Anonymous says, especially if you don't save information or pictures. Justice says, you need to know how UK lads speak. And I agree, I don't. Unless he had a burner phone. If you're going to look that deep into the message, says Justice what? I'm looking back up to see. I don't see anything. Samantha says if you take the SIM card out of a phone, it won't make any difference to what's on the device. Text messages and everything else stored in the phone will still be there. That's true. But my phone did not show on GPS anymore when the SIM card was taken out. But I still did have access to everything. You are correct. You are right on that. Very right. Okay. Hyped Manic says where they come from, cuz is street slang for close friend, similar to brethren. Chris P., according to a Wicked One, said on live he was waiting on SIM card to Luggy. Wonder what that's about. That doesn't look like Jay to you? Barbara Fellas says, has always been kids. I remember it the day it came out and immediately thought the language was from an older person saying Molly kids. Yeah, that's what I've always known too, is kids. And that's the thing is, why would a 19-year-old be talking anything about older people as kids? Kiki D, I like your name. You said it was said Jay was found with black shirts and a white t-shirt. Hello, Gaby. Says, I don't even think the pitch is of Jay. Hairline, excuse me, I hiccuped. Hairline and nose is of Tom. I hiccuped again. Yes, police could get a warrant to extract all phone data, but would need a probable cause. Good point. Kiki says, but he was wearing gray shorts and t-shirt with a green stripe. Steve the Cockney, hello, you say Jay was never at the Airbnb. I don't know, Teresa, that's a good question. Is no punctuation normal for Jay? Could be. A lot of guys in their teens don't use punctuation. And a lot of people on YouTube don't use punctuation. So it could be. How we doing? All right, my lovely Luz, make sure and get on to the DVC giveaway, because this is probably one of the last, if not the last times. We're only like, it'll be like maybe 3 videos away. If that, we'll be hitting 30,000. I want you to have a chance to get into that. So go ahead, do that. And I pray that we actually get some real answers for Jay. But I wanted to come on about that Instagram account being active now that we know in rewinding that Jay was already past at that time. So who was accessing the Instagram? And then the other question, why would a 19-year-old kid named Jay be calling 30-year-old men kids? Something something ain't right to me. Something just ain't right to me. I love you guys very much. And again, I pray for justice. Make sure and hit up our last video, which is on the Idaho 4, if you are interested in giving or donating to the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children. That is something that we are always hoping to help out. It's a good cause. I love you guys.